welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. And again, every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., we get to share your Saturdays with you. And our goal has always been to guide you to personal and financial wellness for almost 7 years now, Gino, and almost 1,800 videos at donandgino.com. You got to check it out.
That's also in addition to the National Real Estate Cafe, which are daily real estate video blogs. So you can check that out by going to donandgino.com to the National Real Estate Cafe tab.
Yeah, that's donandgino.com. And now we surpassed the pizza places.
That's right. Now we're readily ahead of all pizza places in the nation.
All right. And then also, the last thing before we jump into our wonderful guest, Raffi Martininian, we also have put together America's Professional Resource Group, which is a group of the very best professionals that we can find that can change your life. We're talking trust attorneys, college planners, insurance planners, financial planners, bankruptcy attorneys, divorce attorneys, all that we can find based on 7 years of interviews, finding the best of the best, and we put them together in one group called America's Professional Resource Group, aprgi.com. That's aprgi.com. Check it out. They're great people. We use all of them ourselves.
Right. That's the thing, right? It's like the hair club for men.
Yes.
Not only the founders, but we're the members, too.
So obviously, we're not members of the hair club for men.
No.
That's pretty obvious.
Yeah. Well, Raffi, let's jump back in a little bit to, we were talking about the Albert Einstein Academy. It's a charter school here in town. My wife and I made the decision to move our son there, I'm going to say about 2 years ago. And, you know, we'll jump a little bit ahead a little bit, but I'll tell you why, right? Is we found ourselves we have 3 kids, 2 of which are doing great at public school, a local public school, a nice blue ribbon school and all that yummy stuff. That sounds great, but we had one child that wasn't adapting well there. He just wasn't getting along with the teachers, wasn't making any friends. You know,
mini me.
And so you say, well, what do? Do you just leave him there and force him to go through this process when you know he's not getting enough individual attention? He's not being challenged? Because really it all comes down to being challenged with things you're interested in, right? And if you're not interested in 2nd or 3rd grade, you're just going to be disruptive. And I know all about that because that was me. So ultimately, we made a really we made a really difficult decision and took a risk, and we moved him to Einstein. Honestly, without Don, you thought we did a lot of research. We did some research, but we didn't do a lot of research. We just asked a couple friends in the school that work in schools, and they said, go for it. What do you got to lose? Give it a shot. So do you find that a lot of parents, that's their story?
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing is what you touched upon is individualizing learning. I think that's the key. We understand where our students are at in terms of the level for math and reading. We understand that they have a diverse array of needs and also an opportunity for us to educate and ultimately inspire minds and educate hearts. I mean, that's kind of our motto, and kind of looking at that and taking that. And the most important thing for me is that I know every child. I mean, that's what it comes down to. So I know them by name. We're greeting them at the door when they come in, these types of things. The personalized experience that they really have is ultimately what you don't get anywhere else.
Well, let's touch on that, because obviously I want to clarify that you're not the professional greeter at Einstein Academy. What's your role there?
I am one of them, actually. That's my favorite part of the day. That's my favorite part.
That's the easiest part
That's
of the
the
day,
easiest
right?
part, right? But no, I think the most important thing is constructing an experience for our students to really kind of engage in our programs. So every day there's something unique for them, and that's our bottom line. Are the kids going home happy, excited about something they experienced? So every month we have multiple assemblies throughout the month. We have guest speakers that come in. We had one recently that talked about 3D printing, and they're at the cutting edge of this industry. And they're coming to our school because of our STEAM identity. We have that engineering kind of design process that we really want to kind of foster and really want to get our kids excited about these industries that are out there in our community and that they're going to be a part of. So I think that's the biggest thing for us.
I love that you guys are getting them so excited at such a young age, because if you think in college, maybe that's an option, but as a kid you're like, man, I want to do that. I want to be part of that.
Drones flying around, visitors from China.
Yep, we had visitors from China. We did, and
we had a Humvee there for Veterans Day. That was cool.
Absolutely, every kind of theme that we can kind of mold into something that's unique and different for our kids, we will.
But I love all the different areas you educate them. You don't just you don't have this one, box. Not everybody fits in a box.
Right.
You know, and we learned that, you know, even doing loans, it's the same thing. A lot of times, a lot of people think, oh, just give me the lowest interest rate. But legitimately, when we ask all the questions, our next guest, Sean, is going to go over some of the stuff he helps his clients with. Right. It's asking the right questions, learning about them, and learning how to best help them. And it sounds like you do the same thing with families and their children.
Absolutely. We offer 5 world languages. We offer PE every day to all of our students. Our morning meetings, we have assemble all our students together, and they're doing everything from, they're leading it. They're doing trivia, they're doing talent shows, these types of things, to really exhibit their you know, public speaking and opportunities for doing things in front of an audience. You know, so whatever we can do, whatever we can implement, a program that might touch a child, we want to make sure we do that.
So ultimately, you could see, Don, that this is not, because both of us have experienced too, some of the absolute smartest people that we know have no social skills whatsoever, right? They're like locked in a box, and they're great mathematicians, or they're great writers, or they're great one thing.
Yeah, we've had some of them on our show.
Yeah, yes.
Ask them a question, they're like, yes.
Yeah. But they just don't have the social skills. So you can see that at Albert Einstein, they're exposed to a wide variety of things. And
it's going to make them more comfortable, right?
Well, it gives everybody a chance, right? So it's really interesting. It's been great for us, and interestingly enough, we didn't move our other 2 children, right? Because our other 2 children are fine. So there's no need for that. So if you say to yourself, why? Well, the why for us was because we could see that our kid wasn't fitting in the box, wasn't fitting into that public school system, and ultimately, it wasn't a private school either, so that gave us.
No, I was going to ask you that. You know, I have to go because both myself and our guest coming out, we thought, you know, I'm like, how do you afford that, Gino?
Well, it's not only the expense, right? So we don't pay for it.
Yep.
It's
but that's what I thought. I drive by it all the time. I'm like, oh, I thought it was a private school.
Well, that's because it's in the old building of an old private school.
Oh, okay. No, I just thought Einstein Academy was a private school.
No, not a private school at all. It's basically, for all intents and purposes, it feels like a public school as far as that goes. You know, the typical stuff, jogathons and money raising for this, and how many Skittles in this jar, and everybody, you know, the silent auction thing, the regular stuff that you have at a public school too to raise money. But the one thing that is definitely different is it's also it doesn't have a religious connotation to it, right? So that's something that I think is difficult, particularly here in Santa Clarita, if someone's looking for an option. When we looked at private schools, I was like, every single one of them has some sort of religious bias. So this was nice that it doesn't have any religious bias.
Well, also it's nice that there isn't a big cost, because I know that the private schools are pretty expensive.
Crazy expensive out here. I mean, I think we did a little bit of research, and I think most, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think most of them are in the realms of almost $1,000 a month.
Yeah, and the nice thing is we get the small class sizes anyway with our school, and without the tuition. So it's nice opportunity for students to really kind of find their niche, find their ability, and really kind of participate. We're looking for everybody to get involved, and I think that's the nice thing of offering all the programs that we offer, from Lego robotics to drama to martial arts and sports. I mean, you know, these types of things kind of really fulfill the day for a working parent that might have to drop off a kid at 6:30 in the morning and pick him up at 6:30 at night. We have an all-day kind of care before and after school to do that. So ultimately, we're looking to work with our community, work with our parents, and ultimately offer the best for our students.
Well, I love that even in the before and after, it stays still within the structure and curriculum and all that of Einstein Academy, as opposed to being dropped off at Mama V's, who's got you know, a bunch of crazy kids running around and no curriculum, no direction, and no accountability. Where you guys still keep it within that same, you know, your motto and stuff. And again, once you, again, we're here with Raffi Martininian with Einstein Academy, the principal, and we're not in trouble for once. And
Not yet.
and he's been sharing with us some of the advantages or opportunities with Einstein Academy that maybe you didn't know about. Because, for example, I thought it was a private school, and I did not know all the different variables that you guys offer. It's really nice because it is a customization for certain kids that may need that more than others. That's very cool.
Yeah, ultimately, the nice thing is you have options. The option exists. There's a lot of, just be careful with the media. Like we always say on the National Real Estate Cafe, not everything you read out there is true. Yep. I'm fairly heavily involved in some's true, some's not true, and some of it's just got a political spin to it.
Never.
Yeah.
Fake news, we call it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And well, we love our community. We had a local assemblyman come over for our Veterans Day
Dante
celebration.
Yeah,
we had a lot of people.
Yeah,
so our
Dante.
community really kind of participates. Our martial arts leader is a owner of a local martial arts studio. So we want that involvement. We want that community. I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, we love that too. It's very important to our team here and who we bring on our show. And
Absolutely.
Raffi,
Thank you,
really
guys.
think
Thank
you've
you.
taken time out of your busy schedule, grooming minds and all that at Einstein Academy. What's the best way, if somebody wanted to look into it, what's the best way for them to check it out?
I think our website's the best. It's sce.ealas.org.
Say it one more time.
sce.ealas.org.
All right.
And of course, you can email us at donandgino@gmail.com, and I'll hook you up.
All right. Well, thank you, Raffi,
Thank you
for
very
being
much.
on our
Thank you.
show.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Very cool,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
great job. And don't go away. We got the second half of the show with, we'll just call him Mr. Sean when he comes up, because he's got some great information about what's really happening in the real estate market these days and why you maybe shouldn't try to sell your home on your own. Sean DeVerch is going to, DeVerch? Got it. All right. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Don't go away.